Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet, and this is Madden 18 Dallas Cowboys franchise, and this is the Cowboys Insider for week number 4. This is episode number 4, and we're going to take a quick look here at week 4 as we took on the 2-2, or I should say the 2-1 now. Well, we're 2-1 now, 2-2 Rams. So yeah, we won the game 33-28 as you take a look there. First quarter was really dominated by the Rams. They really came off the gate and came off the gate strong. As the very first play, they ran the ball with Malcolm Brown and ran that one right down the throat of 75 yards on that play. And they took the first lead there, 7-0. Then later on, going down and scored again with a touchdown pass from Goff, which made it 14. We were able to tie it back up right after they scored the first touchdown. But our drive there was a pretty lengthy one in that quarter. But there you see 227 yards, one touchdown, 16-28 there for Dak, or 16-25, I should say, for Dak Prescott. Got sacked 6 times in the ball game. Yeah, our offensive line was really bad in that game. Jared Goff wasn't any better. He had 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 5 times in that ball game, which led to a 14 out of 25 from him behind center. So yeah, rough day for the quarterbacks there when it comes to sacks. I mean, really, both defensive lines were pretty aggressive, getting towards the opposition's quarterback. As for the offensives there, they were just really bad. Just could not read anything, and were able to get their fellow quarterback taken down the ball game. Now, a lot of our sacks came from coverage sacks there, and I think we'll see that here. I think in a graphic here in a bit, but. Malcolm Brown there, you see 20 carries, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, broken 4 tackles in that game. He had that longest run was 75 yards, and that was at the beginning of the game there. He just really put a number on us, and wasn't, I mean, be honest, I was not expecting him to be, I thought he was going to be a guy that's going to run up between the tackles and stuff like that, but no, he was running outside, he was running inside. And he had a really good day. Now Zeke there for 16 attempts for 45 yards. He broke 2 tackles. Just could not get things going for him. But his counterparts, McFadden there, 7 carries for 83 yards. He had a touchdown, and Morris also he ran for a little bit there. He had 5 carries for 15 yards there for him. Sammy Watkins for the Rams there had a really great day there. Didn't crack in 100, but he did have 6 receptions for 65 yards, 1 touchdown. Austin came close. He had 89 yards, 4 receptions, no touchdowns there for him. Jason Witten, he had some yards there. He had 3 receptions for 47 yards, no touchdown. But Terrence Williams was the only guy really for us when it came to touchdowns in the end zone. He had 2 receptions for 19 yards. And, of course, he had that touchdown there for us. Cole Beasley this week didn't drop as many as he did last week. He only dropped 1 this week. So we're hoping that next week he'll get a little bit better. But, yeah, he had 2 receptions for 30 yards there. And, there were some times there we just tried to throw it to him, but he just could not get there. They were covering him pretty well. I think they seen him as a guy that was kind of our last-ditch effort if we had to get it down the field there. So yeah, they did a pretty good job there of covering him, like always here, especially like the last 2 weeks now. We've been playing against teams. Then you take a look here at defensively there. Like I said, defensively, pretty proud of our guys. We got a hold of Goff 5 times. A number of those were just coverage sacks there. Just Goff couldn't find nobody. We had good coverage, blanketing his receivers. Surprisingly enough, especially Watkins and Austin. And a lot of those were just, like I said, cover sacks. We were just able to get through the line and be able to just go in there and just shed the blocks and wrap them up. So that, I was pretty proud of the guys there in that front. Now, when it came to third down conversions there, that was kind of just really irritating. We had them, especially if it was like a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. For whatever reason, we just could not stop them. They kept converting, and we just couldn't be able to, just shut it down and get them off the field. So that is something we'll have to work on here next week. That cannot be a problem that keeps lingering on throughout the rest of the season. But we'll go ahead and look at your NFL standings right now. And still undefeated are the Cowboys, of course, the Jags, Patriots, Steelers, and Seahawks. All are 4-0 going into Week 5. And so they're playing all teams right now, playing some pretty good football right there, still staying alive. And then you start going down the list there. You start seeing teams with 1 losses there. And then, of course, a couple of ties there. You got the Eagles with 2-1-1 there. And then you start seeing teams at 500 here. So, a lot of people get, kind of gets crazy and kind of get upset about, if their team's 2-2, they're at 500 right now. Well, there's still weeks to go. There's still another 14 more weeks to play, another 13 more weeks to play in the season. Another 13 more weeks to play. So, as they're thinking in my head, like having to do some easy math in my head. Wow. But no, there's still weeks to play. Things are going to change. We got people, that are going to be coming off of IR. So, if your team's not doing right now well in football, don't worry. There's still enough time for those teams to change things. You just got to kind of keep the hope and the belief around. So, we'll see how this fares. Now, of course, us, right now, our biggest thing is our defense. We got to get our defense, playing well. We got to get them to, especially when it comes to the run, the rushing defense there. We got to be able to get a hold of these halfbacks there and just bring them down. Bring in our linebackers there, make sure they come in there when we need them. Rush when we need to, pass rush when we need to, blitz when we need to. Those are just things that we're just gonna have to continue working on throughout the weeks. And once we get some things figured out and whatnot, then once the offensive line, not to mention too, that's something that's gonna have to be. We might have to revamp and try to reignite there, because we got Zeke there, and we should be. He's a thoroughbred. I mean, hate to use that terminology about a player or just a person in general, but he's a guy that can run, and we gotta try to open up the gate there for him. So, we get a big enough hole, hey, run through it and take off. So, but he's no secret anymore like he was a year ago when he was a rookie. Teams are now starting designing just defensive packages for him just when he's on the field there. So that's something we're just going to have to deal with, and then just try to evolve around that as we go along here. Especially we put these guys out there like we have been doing here with McFadden's like that. They can't get a hold of those. And McFadden's been in the league for 9 years now, and he's playing like he's back in the days when he was in Arkansas. So which is great. I love that. I like to see that, and and there's, I think I've said this in other series I've had here on YouTube, but your job is always on the line. Your job's not secure. So if you're not playing well, you're not doing well, hey, the next guy up, if the guy behind you is doing better than you are, and you're the starter, you know what? I'm going to give that guy, I'm giving him the opportunity. This is his chance to show me what he can do and take off with it. So now we're looking at some of the scores here. Like I said, don't fret if your team is still doing bad or whatever, but those are some of the scores there that we're seeing here, and some pretty interesting scores. San Francisco still having trouble with their fiasco there in the Bay Area, of course. And then we got the pretty good. We got a close game there with Oakland and the Broncos there, 33-31 in that close one. And then, of course, your Monday night game, the Chiefs win their game 34-16 against the Washington. And then you got the Sunday night game there, which is the Seattle Seahawks going against Indiana, 22-10. So take a look here at your Week 4 top players of the week. Got Aaron Rodgers there, who there is looking pretty good there. So we play him coming up here. We'll have we'll talk more about him here in just a bit. What we need to do with their offense and defense. Take a look at some of the league news that's going on here, and got some guys here just being tested offensively and defensively. Already got some big games coming up here in Week 5 that not necessarily can make or break a team, but could show how a team is going to be seen here in the next couple of weeks and months coming up here. So really, I mean, you just got to start changing things that are not going well for you. You got to start changing things that are in your favor. So and that's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to make sure, get an offensive line ready, get them in the weight room, and get them in the field room this week to see what they need to do to fix for next week in that game, and see what they need to do for the upcoming series here coming up with the Green Bay Packers. So speaking of Green Bay Packers, there you see some of their guys there. The only name really with the right guard there, he's going to be out for a while. But for Aaron Rodgers, so you see passing yards are first, rushing yards are 31st. They don't really have a top guy to run for them. I believe Ty Morgan, Montgomery's their guy or their halfback this season, who is also a wide receiver for them. But there you see, we're going to try to stop the draw. It'll be the key against the Packers. So we're going to try to practice that during the week here, because I mean, for goodness sakes, their halfback this season is a wide receiver. He's he's going to be a quick guy. He's going to be behind the backfield there. So we're going to try to stop Montgomery as much as possible there, and try to utilize, try to slow him down if we can. So we're going to try to get Aaron Rodgers to be, maybe try to distance himself from the running game there, and then just make him pass, 40, 50 times in the game. And then there you see the Packers tend to zone blitz a lot more, so we're going to be working on that. That's something we're just really need to work on, and I'm kind of glad that we're going to be working on that in this situation for Dak. Got to read the blitzes, because they do have some really good linebackers there that can come in there, like Nick Perry and Clay Matthews. So those are the type of guys that they might be big guys, but they're big guys that can come in and blitz on you real quick and really put a hurting on you. So Aaron Rodgers, there you see him, California guy, 12th year in the league, and there you see his numbers there. Of course, great awareness, great deep accuracy. If you remember back a couple seasons ago, that Hail Mary threw there against the Lions, won that game with Richard Rodgers there in the catch. Ty Montgomery, he's going to be the halfback, of course. He's also playing wide receiver, so he's still on a couple wide receiver packages there for them. But there you see his speed and whatnot. Also, Jordy Nelson, the K-State native, or a 9-year vet. He is going to be in action there here. We'll see, and he'll definitely be a problem for us in the slot position there. Really gonna have to just play him hard up in the middle, not let him, if he does, they do throw it to him, put a good licking on him. Make sure he does not want to go up the middle on us or at all, because we don't want to have to deal with him. Also, Randall Cobb's another guy, long time, or one of the cornerstones of the offense there for the Packers. And there you see his numbers there for the season. Great catch there, and so among other things there, good route running there. So definitely a guy that's going to be key into that offense there. Then on defense there, you got Mike Daniels, great defensive end that can just come in and just put a good hurting on you. Rushing, great run stopper there. And of course, we're going to try to avoid him. And of course, Clay Matthews, one of the centerpieces there of that defense there, left outside linebacker. Sometimes plays a middle linebacker, sometimes from time to time. in some play. At least that's how I had him in when we did the Green Bay Packers franchise. Had him in the situations there in that part. Also on the right side, you got Nick Perry, a vet there, 5-year guy there. You know, still pretty young in his career, but still, you know, he definitely, if need be, he does do some damage. And then Demarius Randall, one of the corners there, one of those guys that we're going to really have to avoid the deep game if possible. You know, not going to try and throw too far or too deep, because you also got to worry about Randall, but also worry about Clayton Dixon, another guy that just will murder you out there deep if you throw. You know, if you throw an excess of 20 yards or more, he's definitely going to be in the hunt to take you out. So those are the things we're going to have to worry about. We got a lot of players that we're going to have to game plan for. So a lot of probably won't be surprised to see a lot of short passes there, to either short to minimum range passes in this game, and also too we'll probably see a lot of McFadden and Morse in this game here. So especially if Zeke does not get any good running lanes there from us, we'll probably end up having the other two guys come in and help out. So that is it for this episode of Cowboys Insider there. We're hoping to hopefully the game will be close, because with Aaron Rodgers with an 0-4 record right here, he's going to be looking for blood. Him and the Packers will be looking for blood, and we might end up being the first victims of their way of getting a victory there. So we'll see how that goes here coming up in the next episode. So stay tuned for episode 5 of the Cowboys franchise here on ESGNet. That is it for me, you guys, here for Cowboys Insider. Definitely like I said, stay in tune for the next Cowboys franchise video. Week 5 taking on the Green Bay Packers. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Cowboys franchise here on ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. The links are down below in the description. Check us out there. Also, check out the other links there to other series here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, keep yourselves and each other healthy, and I will see you guys next time.